listeners, welcome back to another episode of Shooting Rabbits in a Barrel, a podcast brought to you by Scarecrow Consultants. I am delighted today, glorious day, to be joined by my very best fusion career hype woman friend, Leah, who's finally joining us on the podcast. Hey, Leah!
Hey, how are you?
I am good, thanks. We've already had some hilarity this morning trying to do new and improved production techniques of shooting rabbits, but you can't hear the noise, it doesn't pick it up. So we've already had some fun this morning, and I'm looking forward to bringing everybody the joy of a Leah conversation. That always makes me feel better. So you tell us a little bit about yourself. You're fresh off your North American tour of being, amazing. Yeah. Tell us about that.
So I'm a diagnostic project engineer. I work in fusion energy. So very passionate about the oil systems engineering and making sure things get built correctly. And I'm also a science communicator. So I have Instagram, I do talks, I make videos, all the fun stuff. And I've not mentioned this to her, but Jess is actually an official patron of my work. What with her supporting me in various ways. So this is simply me paying back my various debts to Jess.
There are no debts, it's just ladies supporting ladies.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. You're amazing. That's the summary of that. But you are fantastic at bringing fusion science, engineering concepts to a wider audience. You go into schools, you inspire young minds, you are at various like, it's not conferences, it's expos and stuff, like big shows.
Like various events, whether it's like for industry or the public, or my personal favorite one is a A-level audience one called Physics in Action. So I go in and I have chats with A-level physics students, because it's really nice, because they're interested in physics. Sometimes it can be a little soul destroying, but those kids are interested. So that's my personal favorite. Nice.
Amazing. Well, I'm thrilled to have you on our little podcast. Like a big star. Okay, enough gushing about how much you're amazing. Okay. Listeners, in case you've forgotten, which I'm sure you haven't, because you're loyal listeners by now, I think this is something like episode 16, we ask our guests 2 questions on shooting rabbits, and the first one is, what story would you like to share with us today, and what valuable lesson did you learn? We're doing things slightly differently today, so when I asked Leah to come on the podcast, and we were talking about what she might like to talk about, she just came out with, you know what, I think we're going to talk about how if I ran Jurassic Park, I could do it better. So
this is a passionate subject of mine.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about today, and we're going to pull some systems engineering lessons out as we go. Leah, over to you.
100%. So you got to control me on this, because I'll talk for an hour.
Okay.
I am very passionate about Jurassic Park. I feel like often the lesson we take away is, man should not trifle with these genetic powers, blah, 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 blah. The real lesson is, why aren't we engineering things better? And that's my genuine passion. I 100% think we should be cloning dinosaurs. And I think we should be looking after them better. I think at no point did we sit down and did we go through our requirements list. What was our main requirement? I suppose it was dinosaurs must not get out.
Yeah.
I feel at no point during our design phase did we go back and sort of cross-reference that to verify that we had met that criteria. Very passionate about it, because I think we should have a dinosaur park. We have zoos. Dinosaurs are no more dangerous than zoos.
Because you can get eaten by lots of stuff in a zoo. Yeah, if it's hungry enough.
I bet that's on their requirement list. Animals must not be hungry enough to eat guests.
Yeah. It's the circle of life. Okay. Yeah. So we clearly missed some key requirements.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Continue. No.
I feel quite strongly, if you go into a zoo, at no point, occasionally, and I take this back, occasionally an animal will get out. But it's a very low-key affair. It'll be on the news, and then 2 hours later it'll come home because it's hungry. But if you go
Mhm.
into a zoo, even the lions have got a roof on their cage. I feel like maybe in Jurassic Park we weren't focused enough on, did we put a roof on top of the dinosaur cage, or what happens if we fail to pay our IT contractors enough and they sabotage the system? Do we have any fail safes? I feel that maybe if we look back, we do some some root cause analysis, what actually went wrong here. They
Mhm.
didn't build it very good. It's probably the
You
my
did so
personal
good.
belief.
C minus.
Yeah, precisely. So I just wanted to come chat to your listeners. I wanted to share the good word with them. One day I will be, supreme overlord of a Jurassic Park, I believe. And I just wanted to share that with them.
Amazing. So this is actually your first marketing for your
Yes,
Jurassic Park.
this is the marketing push.
This is you heard it here first, listeners. This is a world first, live news breaking. Okay, so aside from requirements, okay, we didn't define our requirements properly. What other systems engineering lessons do you think we can learn? I'm also going to say, okay, now is a really good time for me to say, I've seen Jurassic Park once and I slept through the last two and I haven't even thought about seeing the new ones. So you're going to have to help me on the references, okay? I know everybody's obsessed with Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum obviously is amazing, but I mostly know him at the minute from being in The Wizard of Oz and in Wicked as the Wizard of Oz.
Is he good in Wicked? I've actually not seen Wicked.
Are you joking? The whole film is in.
You've not seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah, but
a cultural exchange.
Okay, yes, we'll exchange. We just have a Jeff Goldblum night.
Yeah.
We'll watch Jurassic Park and then we'll watch Wicked. He's 100%. Very good in Wicked. He's very good. I don't want to spoil it, but there is like a reveal, and it is a reveal later. It will be, but people were a bit like, "Oh, who's that going to be?" And it's like, well, listen to the singing voice in like the first 5 minutes. I don't want to. Okay, we're digressing so badly.
No, we're right on track. I'm going to give you a rundown of
Jurassic
Park.
Please.
So, what happens is an eccentric, sort of Scottish businessman. He's got a sick dinosaur park. It's a zoo. It's got dinosaurs in it. And his lawyers are like, listen, I'm not sure about our requirements and whether or not we've verified the design of this particular park. We're worried about our financial investment, which is very valid considering how he didn't do a great job with the engineering design of the park. You got to go get some experts. You got to have them checked. That is a good thing. And so they all fly in on a helicopter. Literally 1 day later, everything is out.
Okay.
It was actually industrial sabotage, because they weren't paying that IT contractor enough, which my dad, former IT contractor, firmly believes is the moral of the story. Pay your contractors. But there is industrial sabotage and then a thunderstorm and then all the dinosaurs get out. But I really believe that, a storm and one menace should not be enough for a T-Rex to start eating people.
I just nearly knocked over my mic. Yes, no, I agree. Okay, I'm picking out some things as we talk.
Yes.
Of systems engineering lessons.
Yes.
Okay, is there a happy? I know there's like people are hiding in the kitchen. There's children involved.
Yeah.
There's clever girl and then doesn't that guy get eaten?
Yeah.
Okay.
Several people get eaten.
Okay.
One of whom I believe is the guy who was like, this park isn't safe. You need to have experts come in. But he's like a big businessman, so he gets eaten as sort of a moral lesson. But I think that's a little unfair because he was right. 100%.
Don't shoot the messenger. Like, don't eat the
Don't eat the messenger.
Okay. Yeah. But then there's a relatively unhappy ending. I mean, the leads will make it out. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens to the dinosaurs?
The dinosaurs, I believe. That's such a good question. What happens to the dinosaurs? I think they're mostly uninjured. I think they're just running around. They're free now.
Okay. So then
Beautiful.
all the people leave the island and the
Yeah.
dinosaurs roam free.
And it was like, oh, man's hubris. But as previously mentioned, the hubris was really not designing your park very well.
Bad engineering. Okay, let's get into this from a systems engineering mindset. Okay, some of the things you said, I feel like also they did not really think about all their stakeholders in this park, because they clearly weren't thinking about their investors and if their investors would be happy, and that's massive. And actually, I was talking about this with somebody this week, particularly with Fusion. Is because we're moving. I still say we, as if I'm in Fusion.
It's okay.
You guys, I know, you folks over in the Fusion industry. We're moving towards a more engineering product driven delivery situation, and so we do have investors to please. Previously it was funded by governments, it was really research, but because we've now got investors to please, we have to do our engineering in a slightly different way. We have to provide a lot of evidence. We have to show that we've verified our system. We have to show that we can decommission our system and not just leave it there costing millions of minutes. Because also, let's talk about what about it. Surely there's a cost with just leaving those dinosaurs to roam around free around the island. That's no decommissioning plan.
No, it's really not. I feel like perhaps we didn't have a plan B.
Perhaps not.
A plan B, a decommissioning plan, any sort of
plan.
Yeah.
Other than make dinosaurs, profit.
That was the plan. Genuinely, that was his whole plan. And I feel like you say, that's not thinking about our stakeholders. It's not thinking about even staffing levels. Resourcing was not thought about at any point. They had one IT guy. He asked for more money. He's like, no way, you're not getting more money. You've only got one IT guy. He gets as much money as he asks.
Yeah, hot commodity. So systems engineering being interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary. We have all these different people, stakeholders that we don't consider. Okay, yes, the stakeholder in the park management was then obviously the IT guy. How are we making sure that he's
not doing feeling sabotage?
Bare minimum, I'd say. Yeah. But feels like his needs have been accounted for in the management of the system as well. So there's that. What you said also about, I feel like one thunderstorm and sabotage should not have been enough. Scenario modelling of radio scenarios, where let's think about all the things that could go wrong. Are we prepared for that? This is precisely why we do this. And you know what? I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this as well. So I feel like people don't like talking about what could go wrong in their systems.
Yeah.
But it's so important. And it's not saying like you're not a bad engineer for thinking it and for planning ahead. You're a good engineer but
yeah, no, for sure. I've been working on a diagnostic for the ITA Tokamak, which is big international project being built in the south of France, and they are being exceptionally careful. So we've had to do seismic modeling, so like what's going to happen in an earthquake, which this particular region of France is not famed for, but is something that theoretically could happen. And as part of that, I met with someone what was his job? His job was essentially sort of failure mode analysis. So sort of catastrophizing, like what's the worst thing that can happen and what will be the result of that? How can we mitigate it? And I'd never met anyone who thought that way before, and it was so interesting. But like everyone was like, that's not going to happen. And I'm like, okay, well, it could happen. This is the chances of it happening. And this system we were dealing with was like 6 meters plus long, so it was monstrous. So really, when we were thinking about what's the worst thing that could happen, many things, including it just falling apart.
Just falling to pieces.
Yeah, falling to pieces. It was such an interesting way of thinking that I just had not been introduced to at all. I was fascinated. He was my favorite.
Not that you have favorites.
No, of course not.
No.
Like there's risk analysis, and then there's okay, let's take each piece of this system and figure out the worst thing that could happen, which is like a similar but very different way of thinking.
For sure. So some of that thinking wouldn't have gone amiss in Jurassic Park. I mean, I would also say, what's the climate of this island? Surely they could have been expecting thunderstorms.
Oh my god, it's like a tropical island.
Yeah, that's in my head. I had it, but it's very leafy.
Yeah, very leafy.
rainforest, jungle. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, it starts raining, the roads become really, really treacherous. So like they're
Right.
just mud roads. So one of the guys tries to make an escape in a Jeep, a 4x4 off-roading Jeep, immediate crash.
Oh, okay, great.
The whole thing was not thought through. What's our evacuation plan? I just really feel like between us, certainly you and I could design a Jurassic Park.
Oh, for sure. I feel like we've already covered most of it in this
Yeah,
in this
figured
short
most of it out.
podcast.
I just need dinosaurs. That's next on my list.
How are we getting the dinosaurs?
That's a separate issue.
Maybe if somebody is working on dinosaur cloning, if you could get in touch with us at rabbits at Scarecrow Consultants.co.uk. Take that to the Monday meeting. Hey John, it's Simon. We have a new business venture for us. They'd be on board.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that we want to pull out? So we talked about scenario modeling. We talked about requirements. Let's talk about standards, because there were no. This is also relevant to fusion, because we're basic. Oh, I've done it again. Okay.
I'm sorry. You're breaking my heart right now.
You can take the girl out of fusion. In fusion, the standards that they use, it's nuclear standards, but they're not necessarily entirely applicable. So new standards are being written, and we're having to anticipate what might be in those standards. There's also some of so for example, I think UKAA, the UK Atomic Energy Authority, they are getting involved in helping the government and other governments and authority type bodies write those standards. But then the engineers on the ground, we're having to anticipate what might be in them. No standards for dinosaurs.
I wonder what you would base it on. I almost feel like assuming that it is almost like a nuclear facility, because that's like, what's the worst thing could happen? All of your guests could get eaten. That's a sort of local disaster.
Yes.
A national disaster, though.
Do you not think that'd make the national news?
It would, but in terms of scale of people.
Oh, affected, I see.
It's not going to wipe out the local cities, or it might if all your T-Rexes get out.
Get loose. Be like a Reptar from the Rugrats scenario.
Yeah.
So because I guess you would sort of do similar, like we're using nuclear fission power plant standards as a starting point in other nuclear facilities and like other science experiments where they have nuclear material or experiments going on. So I guess you'd use like the zoo standards.
Yeah.
And start from there.
Assuming everything in your zoo was a lion.
Yes.
Yeah. Base it on that.
Alligator or other carnivorous. A bird.
Some of them are birds.
Some of them are birds. Okay, so there's also the standards issue, which is difficult to manage, but if you were going to try and apply a systems engineering mindset to it, it would be managing that information that you don't know, managing your assumptions, managing your voids. These are the gaps that we have. What's our plan? Tracking that, having traceability of that through your project. You know what? We could build a dinosaur park.
How hard could it be? Because I think about zoo standards. Like a lot of time you go, if there's a particularly dangerous predator that could pose a risk, it has a roof on its enclosure, unless it's a very widespread sort of safari type situation. None of these dinosaur cages had anything to stop the dinosaur just climbing out. And that's true. I know you haven't seen them. That's true in the later movies. In the later movies, it's a plot point that one of them just climbs out.
Wow. Okay.
And I feel like at no point did we sit down and say, where could this go wrong?
Where could this
go
wrong?
If it simply climbed out.
Yeah.
Or it walked through an electric fence. Yeah, it's an electric fence, but one could still walk through it. If you really were motivated by, say, a delicious child.
You can achieve anything if you put your mind to it, and that's the same for dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And it's the same for us if we wanted to create a dinosaur park. Fantastic. Okay, so to summarise, very poor systems engineering was done. Atrocious. Some very low-hanging fruit there about things that systems engineering methods, applications that could have been going on to stop everyone getting eaten. and everybody being traumatized by this experience. I can't get over the road. Okay, I can't get over the roads got muddy on a tropical island. For goodness sake. Okay. All right. I think we'll pause our stream of dinosaur-related consciousness there.
Perfect.
But some valuable lessons, people. Okay, if you're going to go away and design a dinosaur theme park, use your systems engineering. If you're going to do any kind of complex project, go away and use your systems engineering. We know that from Fusion. We know that from watching Jurassic Park or not watching it and having it explained to you by a good friend.
Hire Scarecrow Consultancy if you are interested in designing your own Jurassic Park. Jess is very much an expert in this area now.
I am. We're going to add that to our services.
Yes.
World-class model-based systems engineers plus dinosaur theme park designers. Fantastic. Leah, thank you so much for joining us for What a Roller Coaster. It's lovely to have you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. It's a joy to see you.
It's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you.
That's all right. Listeners, if you would like to come in and share your systems engineering lessons about real-life examples, movie examples, you're very welcome. Get in touch with us at rabbits@scarecrowconsultants.co.uk. And as for that, we will see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.